Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. This is the last game of the year. Super Bowl 49 is here. I'm sad to say football season is over for 2014. I just watched the Pro Bowl. I had Matthew Stafford threw for 316 yards and got MVP with 2 touchdowns and a nice 60-yard gain to Golden Tate. You know, I went into the prognosticating channel on Facebook and I said, hey, I'm betting this team, Matthew Stafford and Golden Tate. They're my fans. You know, no one believed me. They just brushed me off, but who knew? I wish I would have bet more money. If I would have known Andy Dalton was on the other team, yeah, I would have laid down more money. No doubt about it. They were winning until Andy Dalton came in, and what do you know? They lost. No surprise there. You know, so. But it was a great game, you know. I love it, just putting money on football and see my my favorite team in there, and I had a great time. All right, let's see. This is Super Bowl 49, like I said earlier. Last game of the season. Everybody's talking about that Inflategate. Yeah, here's my take on it. You know, you might hear everybody's theories and you got to know Belichick. How he was going to attack the Colts. He was going to say, hey, we're going to run this game, we're going to cram it down the middle, keep the ball out of Luck's hands, and that's our strategy for the game. Well, that's what the strategy was. With the ball is deflated just enough, it's less fumbles, less chance of getting a turnover, and they can run the ball, and it's easier to hold on to. It makes total sense. After the second half, when they got the normal balls out, guess what? They started passing. New England got like 28-0 in the second half. I don't even know why they even attempted to cheat like this. I mean, they could have blown this team out, and they have in the past. So, and I did bet on them, like I said. Oh yeah, I was 2-0 last week. It raised my stats I'm still just under 500. It was a rough year. Hard to pick teams. And so let's go on with the Super Bowl picks. All right, what I got is everybody says, if you look at it, they'll say, okay, this person's injured, this person will go against this person. Let's think head coaches. You know, if both teams played a flawless game, you know, last year I picked Broncos, and what the first possession, you know, the bad snap, the ball flew out of the end zone. You know, if you do not make those mental mistakes, and both teams will, you know, we saw all 4 teams in championship games dropping balls, you know, but if you can keep a cool collective mind, and this is a head-to-head game with little mistakes, it should be a great game. So, all right, let's say, how do you stop Seattle? The only way, if you let Seattle linger in the game, they will come back in the fourth quarter and beat you every time. So how do you beat them? Well, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers had the great idea. You go down, score quick, score as many points as you can, as soon as you possibly can at the beginning of the game, and that's how you do it. And it's true, that's how you beat Seattle. So they went down to the, you know, the goal line and say, hey, it's 4th and goal, we're going to kick a field goal. Hey, we got the ball back, go down there, score again. Yeah, 4th and 1, kick a field goal. 6-0. That is not what I mean by scoring quick, scoring fast, and scoring a lot. Quickly. You got to do that. So can New England do that? Yes, they can. Tom Brady can just air that ball out, get 14 points in the first quarter, just like that. Why is that so important? Seattle will have to pass. If you force Seattle to pass, you'll win that game. If you keep that ground game going with Seattle, you're screwed. So that's how you beat Seattle. So how do you beat New England? It's reversal of roles. How do you beat New England? Bill Belichick is a tough cookie to beat. What he does is looks at your team, figures out where your weaknesses are, and that's what kind of game plan he'll have for that game. You know, they're not out there and scoring 100 points a game, which they used to in the past, but now they play to your weaknesses, right? So, like the Colts, we're going to run the ball, you know, it's a bad run defense. You know, keep the ball out of Luck's hands. That's the key to winning a game. So New England will have a different game plan every game. and they're going to play towards Seattle weaknesses. Where are Seattle's weaknesses? Score quick, score fast, keep them out of reach of winning the game, and so we're going to see a dynamic first half. If Seattle, if Belichick gets his way, it'll be 14-0 first half. Seattle will have to, they'll continue to try to pound the ball. They get that third score, they're putting that game away. You're putting Seattle, forcing them to throw the ball every time, and that's where Belichick will win. So, as my final pick of this season, I'm picking New England -2 to beat the Seattle Seahawks. Alright, well, thanks for the great year I've had, great season. For all those who voted for me, best video production editor for Geo Knows, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and keep coming back. During the off season, you know, I talk mostly about the Lions. If you don't know, and what their trades are and what they're going to do and what's new. Once a month I'll put out that video. I'll do other 3D videos, you know, of other teams. Any requests I'll attempt to do, you know, because it gets pretty boring in the off season, so I read a lot of news. Early September or so, I'll put out a year what I think production, you know, how the teams are going to end up at the beginning of 2015. So keep an eye out for that in September. And like I said, thanks again for coming, and I will see you in the off season. Peace.